LD3, the Old World Patriot.
Yeah, welcome to my first battle report in English language. Today I will show you the match against Team Poland's captain Panterq in the WTC online tournament. The WTC is like the unofficial, official unofficial World Championships series. It's hosted this year in Germany, where Frederick, host from the 9th Age and old Warhammer fantasy competitive scene, restarted it for Warhammer the Old World. So basically all of the big teams are on it online, or most of them, and we're doing a World Tournament in this summer prior to the WTC at the tables, which will take part in September. I'm part of Team Germany, captain of Team Germany, and this is match 3 against Poland. The first game we lost close to Belgium, and the second game we went into the cap, the points cap, so we took all the available points against the mixed team which is participating. And yeah, after this match we will have to fight off either the French or the Brits, so I will tell you later at the end of the video how the tournament will continue. First off, let's have a look at the lists. I play my usual Wildtide Mania in this tournament. I have 4 Wildtide casters. I have a lot of power scrolls to get behind the magic defensive that is prevalent in the meta. We see a lot of magic resistance too. We see a lot of Infernal Puppet. We see this in my opponent's list here. The Warfare Dragon and the Chaos Lord both have magic resist too. The Sorcerer Lord has the Puppet, so this is quite usual. I think the Wildtide build is still viable because you have a lot of tools to overcome the magic resistance, like Harpies and Razorgores, hunting for the wizards, turning off the Dispel. We have the Poison Blob in core with the Angor Herd Shortbow. The BSB gives them poison. Actually, I think it's the worst poison block, since I don't have Fanatics, I don't have Combat Tricks, and not Jeff Winslow uses a Doom Ball in there, but then you lose a lot of offense potential. Yeah, what finished my list are finally we have 2 giant case spawns, which are very good to keep cavalry at bay because of the Unbreakable and the Toughness 6. And with random movement you can sometimes ignore stand and shoot. So they're tools, they're very cheap, they're sturdy, they're just great. What I do like are hard hitters that are fast, so I rely on combination of redirection troops, the gigantic spawns and Wildtide. My opponent has in his list, as I told already, the Chaos Lord on a Dragon. He has not only the magic resistance too, but also the regen, so it will come down to a lot of dice rolls, a lot of saves, and if he rolls above average, if he does a lot of the 5-ups, then I can get in trouble for sure. He has a Chaos Knight brick, which he will try to enhance with Dark Magic's Battle Lust to get the 2 attacks. They basically become Chosen Knights at this point. They have Mark of Nurgle, so they're hit harder. And yeah, he has a big blob of Marauder Horsemen. The Sorcerer will most likely go inside of them in open order. I'm not quite a fan of this. I think the Marauder Horsemen as a unit in front of the Sorcerer is often better, or you can play around with that, maybe 2 medium-sized units over 1 big unit. But yeah, I see this is a common trope, and a lot of people are greedy for the +1 to cast. I think it helped him to get off a few casts in this game as well. It's certainly not the worst idea. We see 2 Dragon Ogre Shataks. 70 points means they're a champion, even if it's not shown here, which can challenge characters. They're good distraction pieces. They're like additional combat characters, and Redirection Chaff, wonderful units. He does not have the Blackened Blade here, but even against the Wildtide they still have their 5-up ward save. Yeah, and lastly the Warfare Dragon as a wizard level 1 can take Hammerhand, maybe rolls a pillar, maybe rolls a fireball, which he will do here. And yeah, he can turn off ward saves. I don't care that much about it. I mean, I cannot Earthen Rampart my gigantic spawn then and fight against the Warfare Dragon. That's a small perk maybe for the Warfare Dragon, but in this case yeah, he's not the best against me. He's a large target. I can shoot it with poison. At least that's my plan here, to get easy points. And I see a lot of people running him along the Chaos Lord, and I think that's a powerful duo. They're both fast. The Chaos Lord can go forward, can tank the shots, maybe is protected or should be protected by the Sorcerer Lord. And then the Wildfire Dragon can turn off the defenses of your opponent and can hit in some stomp attacks against the right targets or in the flank. That's quite powerful. Yeah, so let's see how this evolves. If my opponent is able to use his magic resistance and his magic defense right, if my opponent is able to bring in the Warpfire Dragon with the right timing, then maybe I can have a bad time here. So let's see how it unfolds. Just a few words about my magic. I got 2 times the Wind Blast on the level 4s, that's pretty great. I got 2 Plague of Frost, that's okay, 1 Earthen Ramparts on the level 4, and I got a TMP on the Chariot dude. That's great. 2 times TMP would have been better, but I think with 1 TMP I can be able to threaten him or to escape. So yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with my magic dice here. As you can see, the deployment is already going on. I use my Harpies here in the center of the battlefield to be able to hunt or disable his wizard. I put also the GCS down pretty fast because I want to counter the Chaos Knights. He uses his War Runes to deny me from deploying Harpies or level 2 with a Skin of Man as ambushers or as scouts. And as soon as the Marauder Horsemen are dropped, I do exactly know where his wizard will be. So I double down on the Knights with Gigantic Spawn. He puts down the Warpfire Dragon and the Chaos Lord. Yeah, so he's quite scattered all over the place, and this means I could go with a block to the left and with the hunting staff to the right. That would be an initial plan. I check here if I can do some stuff with the scouts, but I don't think so. So the Harpies will go onto the hill to hunt for the wizard and maybe charge over the Knights, so they have now a line of sight. With my level 4 and the block, I think around maybe put all on the right side, evade the Dragon Lord, but since he has the Infernal Gateway, I ditched that plan and put it back to the left side where I want to face the Warpfire Dragon first, shoot it down, then maybe isolate or bait the Chaos Lord while keeping the Sorcerer and the Knights busy with the Spawn and the Harpies. And yeah, let's see what I can do else with the doggos. I think it's a pretty solid deployment for me. I'm really happy how it went out. And I think he's a bit too much scattered here. Once again, in the overview, I tried to push my right flank forward, hit the Chaos Knights with my spawns, hunt for his Marauder Horsemen with the Harpies and the Razor Gores, and on my left flank I want to use the Forest as a line of sight block, use my blob to shoot off the Warpfire Dragon. I have somehow to deal with the Dragon Ogre Shartax so that I cannot block my block or hunt for, I don't know, Harpies or Shamans and stuff. And I will have to see what he does with his Chaos Lord and how I will respond to that. Yeah, the game started and I was able or had to go first. Problem for me is if he comes to me I can react. Now I have to go forward. So what I do first is put Earthen Ramparts on a spawn to be able and maybe block the Knights. The problem is the second spawn goes farther and goes too far. I check with the Brave Shaman to maybe shoot off one of the Shartax and try a bit around. Yeah, everything else has to stay outside of the charge range of the Knights and of the Dragon. I have to make sure that this works. My TMP, if he goes off, I have to stay outside of 6 of the Shartax, so I can still shoot the Warpfire Dragon, but then I cannot shoot Wild Tides with my Shaman that was forward deployed. Yeah, anyway, I still cannot shoot the Warpfire Dragon with the other guys, so I have to be somewhat cautious here. Something like this would still possible to shoot the Warpfire Dragon, but only then with a few models. Yeah, the TMP does not go off, so my block will just move forward. There is no way I can bring up a Wild Tide or short balls now, so the rest of that flank just prepares for a turn 2 against a Warpfire Dragon, and I hide my Great Brave Shaman on a Chariot from his Warpfire Dragon's Catapult Stone Thrower. Yeah, I don't know what happened here. He shuffled them around, took him back. So I put my harpies in multiple spots to stay outside of the knights. I pushed the Razorgo forward so he cannot charge with the knights, and all in a try to make contact maybe with the Marauder Horseman turn 2 or turn 3. I put forward my level 4 here behind the spawns. I don't think he's in danger here, and yeah, I can still cast a bit. For example, like Fireball Ring, he's in 24 inches to the Shattuck, but he makes it saves. But a second level 2 here, he pulls off a wild tide, 8 6s, ridiculous, and first Shattuck is gone. I put out his Vortex, and that's it for my turn 1. So we do not see TMP going off. At the same time, I'm still outside of any charge ranges here. Besides this spawn that went a bit too far, his Chaos Knights can actually try to charge it. That was a dumb mistake by me. If he has the Chaos Knights going in and I do some bad dices, maybe the Chaos Knights can kill off the spawn. This will push me back. I will have to react. Maybe he can then just go over to his own right flank with the Marauder Horseman, or with the Sorcerer at least, hide him behind the Chaos Lord. Some stuff like that can happen then. On the other side, I am positioned well for round 2. Nothing much has changed since deployment. So yeah, let's see what he does, how I can react to that, and how I can start my offense. Before the turn, we joked about the Gaze of the Gods, and if the dragon rolls a 3, what just happened? So he's immune to Wild Tide in my next turn. Yeah, that kind of sucks. He places Battle Lust on the Knights. He also gets a Word of Pain on my case spawn. Oh no, he does not, but he fails a charge with the Knights. Yeah, that was great for me. It allows me maybe to charge into the Knights with my spawns, maybe with both. I think I need a 12 here or something like that. Yeah, this was a bit risky of him. I don't think it was the best move, but he tried to exploit my mistake that I did here. What he does then with the Warpfire Dragon, I do not fully understand. He wants to be able to snipe the Shaman or shoot on the Gores, something like that, and maybe use the Stone Thrower of it, and be safe of maybe a Wild Tide or 2. The Dragon Lord, he flies forward, he threatens me here, he maybe blocks out the spawns. That is not that bad, because I think the spawns are actually one of the best targets of the Dragon Lord. He then proceeds to put forward with a Shattuck, and yeah, the Marauder Horsemen also go just behind his Knights. This makes sense to me. He is able to protect Dragon. That is a perfectly fine play, I guess. He wants to have line of sight here on my block. I think that's not really a thing he needs to do. Anyway, yeah, that casting roll was not as good, but I think he wanted to still teleport his dragon, which he then does with Infernal Gateway here. I would have put the dragon just forward, just in front of my spawns, and block my spawns with that. Instead, he opts here to flank my spawns, which basically allows them maybe to charge his Knights. Yeah, it goes off with a 7. I use a Dispel Scroll, still fail it, and okay, he gets it off because of the inch, but I don't think it's really worth it for him. The dragon here is not placed that well, and I can show later why. Phantasmagoria goes off. Again, I cannot dispel it. This can lead to some problems for me, and yeah, I dispel the Doombolt. So that's it for this turn. The Stone Thrower, but he misses, and the turn is over. So what did he achieve? I'm not sure if the move with the Chaos Lord was really good. The Chaos Lord now is outside of the protection bubble, but he's immune to Wild Tide. That is okay. Still, my spawns can crush into his Knights. I have to solve the Shattuck here, so if I don't get TMP off, I will most likely have awkwardly to reform and then Wild Tide the Shattuck, while the Warpfire Dragon is way behind. Yeah, so basically this turn I have to get a TMP off. I cannot be too greedy this turn with the Black Frost and the Earthen Ramparts, because I want to have both the Chaos Bonds going in and also the TMP and other casting. So I try to use Black Frost onto the Chaos Knights, but I'm not able to get it in. I cast it with a 7, he dispelled with an 8. Yeah, damn that puppet. So the Knights are not rusted. This would have been important, maybe, but yeah, as long as I didn't miscast, that's basically okay. I forgot to pray here, he lets me. And yeah, I dispelled the Phantasmagoria. So what to do here now is, I don't have really charges. I just try to get in with the spawns, and both of them actually fail. Yeah, this is not cool. At least what I can try here is to put up like redirection with the Razor Gore. If I put the Razor Gore forward in such a way that the dragon can only charge the Razor Gore, because he has no space to actually charge the spawn, and the Knights can only attack the spawn, cannot charge the Razor Gore, then I'm fine for the next turn, sacrificing here Razor Gore just to make sure that the dragon will not do much harm in the next 2 turns, basically. Yeah, with the other units, with my Jeff units, I draw a circle around of the Marauder Horsemen. I'm not sure what I try to do here with the Case Hounds, but it is clear I have to do TMP now. I use a power scroll, which was important. I barely get the TMP, and I can position the unit within 18 inch of the Warpfire Dragon. My GBS will take care of the Shattered here, and I put forward with the other units of that flank. So if the Warpfire Dragon now dies, I have won that flank. If he doesn't, at least he cannot charge a thing. A bit sad on that right flank here that I cannot do much against the Knights or against the Dragon this turn, but maybe in the next. Let's go to shooting. I have a field day against the Warpfire Dragon. He actually has very bad saves, so he's already dead. A lot of shooting power here is missed, but yeah, I have enough firepower here to shoot the Shattered off, even if it's close, but the Shattered is gone. This means my turn went okay, I guess, and I have to await his charges on my right flank now. Yeah, I think this is it for the turn 2, and this is the tone that is set for the rest of the game. I have to be able to have a grasp on his Knights. I have to distract the dragon. I have to bring my left flank to my right flank back again, and then try to shoot down the dragon. It will most likely depend how many times the TMP goes off and what the next turn will bring in terms of combat. Yeah, at the start of the turn, the Vortex move, then we discuss the trap I set up here, or the redirection I set up here, so the Chaos Dragon cannot charge the spawn. He's not able to get over there with a wheel, so he will charge the Razor Gore basically, and the Knights will charge the Chaos spawn basically alone. Yeah. But before he does that, he puts up some hex spells and enchantments. He puts a Battle Last on the Knights and a Word of Pain on my spawn, so it's actually very scary to me. If I lose the spawn here and he kills the Razor Gore first, the Knights can overrun into the second spawn and the game can fall apart pretty quickly. I mean, I still can shoot back, but this will be a major drawback in my effort here. His Sorcerer Lord is still threatened by my World Chef here in the Marauder Horseman unit, so he pulls him back behind the unit, reforms the unit to close any line of sight onto his Sorcerer Lord. I cannot get this. That's okay. He reforms the dogs. He puts the Phantasmagoria here, which means I have to charge. I'm not allowed to move with my Chef normally here, because else they will flee and awkward stuff will happen. Then we get to the combat, and he does a lot of wounds, but I do a lot of saves. I save 4 times on 5 up. Very important for me, so my spawn will survive. And yeah, we'll block the Knights here. Is super important for me, else I would have a big problem. But then there are still horses, right? And horses against the Word of Pain spawn are actually scary. I once again am able to save this. I strike back, I don't do much, and I do give ground. Now we have here an accidental contact. We had a judge call here. In my opinion, the Razor, since he is in combat, has to be nudged together with the Chaos Lord, and the knights stop there. Yeah, maybe some more about accidental contact during follow-up in another video. It's quite complicated. Anyway, we nudged everything around and the knights made the contact with the Chaos spawn. It did not matter much per se, but 1 or 2 initiative bonus is quite important for my spawn to be able to strike. Yeah, the Razor is just destroyed and the dragon reforms to threaten the rest of my army. So the spawn held, that was good. I can counter into the knights in the next turn, and I will have to move forward with the rest of my army. His Sorcerer Lord is far behind now. The dragon is not wholly within 9 inches of the Sorcerer Lord. This means the dragon for this turn is now unprotected. Let's see how much I can bring into range. Yeah, my turn starts, and like every turn at the start of my turn, I assess my risks and opportunities here. The question is, I have 1 TMP, and I can either bring the block or the shaman into range for his dragon. So let's see, with the 6 inch range here on the knights, I will maybe still be able to bring a few shots on the dragon. So it totally depends if I will have Black of Frost on it, because I can also bring in the GBS with the Hectory Shaman onto the dragon, which is most likely more dangerous. Yeah, so it depends on the role for the Black of Frost. But first, let's check the vortexes. I delete both because they go into the wrong direction in the next subphase. The Black of Frost fails horribly. I'm very lucky that I don't have perfect invocation here, so I can still cast other spells. That was quite important, and quite often I failed whole games because of this. So no Black of Frost means, okay, we have to bring in my GBS on the chariot, while my general will commit to wild-tiding the dragon too. But first things first, the charges here are pretty simple. Everything into the Marauder Horseman. I have to wipe them. Maybe I can overrun into his Sorcerer if I roll good enough. So this is where the fun begins. The second spawn also goes in. Then I conduct the movement here. And the TMP, I keep the Power Scroll. Luckily it goes off. He is just not able to dispel it. This means I have the Power Scroll here to shoot his dragon with a Wildtide. I don't exactly know what I do with the doggos here. They don't have like a really good job. Maybe I just want to make sure that if the dragons kill the spawn or do something wonky, or maybe in his next turn he is not able to charge with the knights my general. The rest of my army slowly adapts to the other flank, some dangerous terrain tests, and then I go to shooting. Sadly I misclicked here on the turn symbol, so the turn switches. Nevertheless, the Wildtide goes in very well, only 4 damage, but he fails all 4 saves, so that's fair game here, and the dragon loses 4 wounds. Yeah, I will do the vortex over there, so my general who shoots after that still has line of sight. His Wildtide goes in as well, and I just do 2 damage, which he saves. Let's go to combat. My spawn strikes first here, or strikes at the same time, the one that has not charged. He kills it off with the 3 knights. My doggos do a fallback in good order because a unit with unit strength 5 or more was destroyed, and yeah, I don't do enough damage to break the knights here. He just does a give ground because he is within range of his general, so this combat was not that good. But the next combat is way better. I am able to win the combat against the Marauder Horsemen. I am not able to wipe them. They flee through the harpies, take a lot of peril tests here, and I follow up into them. Yeah, sadly I'm bunched up here. The sorcerer can freely roam now, So we will see what happens now. He has to cast Battle Lust onto his Sorcerer and then charge, because no other unit is in range. The doggos charge here too. That's it for charges from there. And with his dragon, it's difficult if he should charge just the gigantic spawn or actually charge my characters, because both have to flee then. I think he could just try to catch my one character, so he would redirect into the next one. However, he redirects, and I take flee with both characters down here. The Jared goes to safety. My general only flees 4 inches. Then we conduct the charges. He easily gets in with the Sorcerer and the Hounds. He can overrun here and everything. It's not so nice, and the Dragon sadly rolls very high for his charge roll and catches my fleeing general here. This means a lot of points for the Dragon. Yeah, he charges in with an 11. That hurts. Ouch. We then proceed to the actual combats, both the spawn against the knights and the chef and sorcerer against my chef. Yeah, you can see not much is happening here, and it's not enough to kill the knights. We go into the 2-hour break of my recording program software. So yeah, he kills my harpies, he overruns the dogs, his sorcerer kills off another unit. At least I'm able to kill the horsemen. Yeah, it's still a bit difficult now. I have to rally my GBS on the chariot. The dragon will charge me the next turn and will chase me all over the board, maybe leading to the destruction of my GBS. And then he still has both his very expensive characters. I lost my general, I lost the GBS. Maybe I could lose the spawn here. So this game is not over yet. Let's see what the next turn brings. Yeah, no spoiler here. I did not rally my GBS. I threw in the doggos into the flank of the knights. I fight here for every single point of damage. I had no TMP, but my Ongors, hey, they do 2 damage on the Chaos Lord, followed up by total energy. Well-timed perfect invocation, but only does 1 damage. That's not enough to kill the Dragon Lord. He has still 3 wounds left. If he flies away from the block now, this can actually hurt. Then I am able to put some damage onto the doggos with the Plague of Frost. I cast on them, and with stomp attacks they're gone. So I can overrun with the spawn, or I can overrun with the dogs, eventually hitting his dogs and bailing hopefully my pig out. In this combat I only kill 1 dog. That's enough. The dogs flee. They flee through their sorcerer because they flee away from my dogs. This means my piggy goes into his sorcerer. This can go in both directions. So not much has changed. I fled quite a bit. His dragon can now either charge my gores or respective the Brave Shaman over there, but I tried to do some redirection. As you can see here, it's still a very close game. If the Sorcerer Lord, if the Chaos Lord survive this battle, even if I got the Knights and some more stuff of my side will die, it will be draw or only a very small victory for me. So priorities are still the same: saving my Great Brave Shaman, shooting down the Chaos Lord, which will be not that easy if he is able to catch me or just to fly away. I only flee 5 inches from his charge, but he's not able to catch me here. And yeah, his doggos keep fleeing in his next turn. The combat is then up, Sorcerer Lord against the pig. Yeah, his sorcerer is not up for a fight today. My pig is neither, so they part in a draw. This does not change much. Maybe I can get a spawn in, maybe not in my next turn. If in my turn 5 he is able to kill the pig, yeah, then things could go south. I also most likely will not be able to kill the dragon. But yeah, let's see. I can rally actually here. That was super important. This means I get a wild head off. I also can go outside of his charge range. This was maybe the pivotal moment for this game. I tried to get in with the dogs into his sorcerer to do similar stuff what I did against his doggos, but yeah, it's not able. I think it should be Locket at least says this. But yeah, I conduct the movement. I go forward with the block. He's very slow, so I just reform here or march. Yeah, and then we proceed to shooting. While Weltite does not that much damage, he survives with 1 wound. Yeah, he allows me here to reposition the Happy. Thank you for that again. It didn't really matter because the second Weltite here killed the dragon. So with the dragon gone, the combat over there is the only thing that is left. I will secure a win with this, and yeah, my piggy is just up for a wild fight. His sorcerer is not. He dies, and that's the result. 2150 to 687. His sorcerer did save quite nothing against my pig. I rallied my GBS, so his dragon was not able to kill him, and in return I was able to slay the dragon. So this single rallying, yeah, this rallying of the GBS and the combat against the sorcerer were worth quite around 1000 or 1300 points. It's dicey, sometimes it comes down to that, but I think over the course of the game I was pretty much favorite here, and yeah, very happy to conduct and finish the game then like this. That's it. That's the result of my first English language battle report with my Beastmen against Chaos here. Hope you had fun. I think the main reason for this win was the spacing between his units. They worked not together, they were isolated, and I could pick them up. I mean, a single dragon without much support can be redirected, can be goaded around, and that's what I tried. The Chaos Knights then suffered the no support situation and eventually lost against the 2K spawns, which is perfectly normal. I think I still don't know if it's good to bring the Chaos Dragon into the spawn, because then maybe my block will retaliate and kill the dragon even without me losing my general. Could be, I don't know. And yeah, the Chaos Sorcerer was played too defensively. He lost touch with the dragon, he lost touch with the knights, and maybe it would have been better if he goes to the flank. I think it's not that hard to threaten Beastmen with a Chaos army like this, and maybe I will do another video about how to win against such Beastmen situations or Beastmen armies. Naja, or maybe for the better for me, I don't. However, with this quite big win, we were able to catch up in the team pairing, which I show you here. A lot of close games going on in Poland versus Germany, and Niels Akkad with the Goblins securing the win for us with an 82. It was quite important because we also lost one game big time here against their Orcs and Goblins, so the Goblins do the trick here for both teams. In the end, we have enough points to win this encounter. But for the WTC, the wins are not important. It's the battle points or tournament points before the cap, and these you can see here. Team USA Unity Rainbow Unicorns is leading far away with 20 points ahead, but there's still 3 games to do, right? Team Belgium is the follow-up. We lost against them in the first game. The 3 Lions on the 3rd position with same points as Team Belgium. The French team, the Frogs and Beans, and but also King Bob's army and the Winged Hussars are not that far from each other, so it's a very close field here, and I think every single one of the 7 top teams here can still win it if they just win close, if they push the other teams down, if the teams steal points from each other. So it's a very, very, very close tournament, and it will be very interesting how this plays out. Our next opponent are the 3 Lions, because Frogs and Beans already played the 3 Lions, I think. This will be another hard match. We already did the pairings, and I hope I will follow up with another video about that match in the next week. That's it from me. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got some insights, be it about the Beastmen, about the WTC, about my own playstyle. Yeah, if the feedback is positive, I will continue to do the English videos. Of course, please understand that I have to improve in my English, be it the spoken voice, be it the continuity and everything. Also, I want to improve in the technical aspect, be it the webcam and stuff like that. But maybe you saw my construction site, so this might still take a bit of time. However, hopefully see you in the next video. This was Panterq of LD3.
LD3, the Old World Patreon.